I got a call from Gavin Baker from the Subaru group. Gavin and I had met a few months ago. We've driven in the dunes already, done a camp over in the dunes, and he phoned me and he said, I've got a whole lot of recovery gear. I've got gear from Australia, from America, from China. Let's go to the dunes and test it and see what actually works. So I jumped at the opportunity. Gavin doesn't mind being filmed, which is great. And yeah, I got to the dunes early, deflated my tires and played around until he arrived. In this case, I took the Forester. I never took the FJ. And the Forester is amazing, being such a light vehicle. It travels really nicely on sand. So I deflated to about 1.6 bars, so that's what, 14 psi approximately, and really had a good day. So Gavin was here, and Gavin was getting his car prepped to use the Bush Winch. The Bush Winch is a round cable drum that attaches on each rear wheel, and you'll see what happens. So enjoy the video. Gavin's car is not standard. He's got recovery points front and rear, he's got crash plates underneath, off-road tires. So his Subaru is really meant for off-road. Comes with a rooftop tent for adventures and a really very capable vehicle. Today we're in the dunes at Waikato again, probably one of my favorite places near Auckland. And this is Gavin Baker. I met Gavin through the Subaru, whatever you want to call it for him. We own a Forester, he's got a Forester, but Gavin has more recovery gadgets than I've ever seen. So he's going to demonstrate some to us today.
Okay, so I'll just explain. The car is Subaru Series 5 with a dual X mode system. And we tried this car with a Bush Winch a few weeks ago and it failed completely. So we thought we'd come and give everything a go and try each different system and see which one is more suitable for a Subaru. One must remember Subaru is a lightweight vehicle. It's not a heavy four-wheel drive. It has lightweight componentry. It has low torque, 184 Nm and 185 kilowatts. So you have to gear your systems to the vehicle so you don't damage the vehicle. We have here's a Bush Winch from West Australia that attaches to the rear axle. I've been advised never ever put them on the front because you can damage the componentry. As I say, it didn't get us off the same slope that we're on at the moment. We're going to try again with X mode off, traction control off, and see if it works. If it doesn't work, so be it. Then we have from West Australia, no, from Queensland, the boggart system, which is a rope ladder which you anchor to a sand anchor or to a tree or whatever you've got. We're on the sand dunes, we have no trees, so for anchoring we're going to use the Bush Winch ground anchor. They make a Bush Winch sand anchor which is a little bit longer, but we'll make do with these. And then we can attach the boggarts which go onto whichever wheels are stuck, and we'll see how that works. They will have their advantages and disadvantages. The Bush Winch is easy to fit, but it's extremely heavy quite heavy. It comes with 5 super large wheel nuts, which you have to put on first, and then you attach the bush winch. The boggarts wrap around the tyres, but they're a little bit fiddly to fit. They're fine on a big 4-wheel drive with a lot of arch clearance on the wheels. We don't have arch clearance on a Subaru, so you've got to get down. You might have to dig a bit to fit the thing, but I've tried them before on a flat sandy road and it pulled the car without any issues. And lastly, a fail-safe item is this wire Scott more power puller from America. It can pull 12,000 pounds in a straight line. It will deadlift 3,000 pounds. It has a return hook, so you get the extra leverage, and if nothing else gets you out, this will get you out. It will pull a truck out. And personally, I think if I was to carry 3 items, I'd carry this, the anchors, and the sand track. The recovery tracks are Chinese Max Track knockoffs. They're lightweight, but they're most probably good enough for a forester, and they'll give you a bit of a grip. I don't think they compare to Max Tracks quality wise in any way at all. I've tried using them as a bridge and they bent a bit even under a forester's weight, but they're okay for a forester. The bush winch gets fitted onto these big lugs here, which are pre-fitted, and this fits it. They make different templates or different plates to suit different wheels, different weight class of cars. So this clips on, hopefully. Run off sufficient rope, so they'll take a bit of wild creeps.
Yeah.
The rope is working? The rope is a 5mm Dyneema high strength rope. I'm not sure what the braking strain is, but I think it's about 4.5 tons per rope. You've got 2 ropes, so you've got 9 tons pull, and the vehicle weighs 1.5 tons, so quite a lot of safety there. The Dyneema rope has a loop at the end, and you can just loop it straight over like that. So each wheel's to its own anchor. Alternatively, and the recommendation is to use a soft shackle loop around the base, that one around the base, join the two loops in a soft shackle. That allows a bit of movement in the rope if one wheel spins or pulls it in tight. it.
Yeah.
So, engine on. Oopsie. Right.
Say, when you get there, it's just this
We're off there.
amphitheatre of this
Traction
flat
control
piece of
is
land
off.
covered in penguins.
Let's do switch on. Yeah, so there we go. That worked. The front wheels, I don't know what the front wheels are doing, but as soon as they got up to speed, the weight came off the. This is the boggart. The boggart, it's a rope ladder which attaches to the front wheels. It's a little bit fiddly to attach. You've got to get down on your hands and knees and clear the sand or mud or what away from the wheel. Originally they're 300 millimeters wide. They're designed to fit all vehicles. However, when I first tried them, because this car has got 225 wheels, most trucks and that have much wider wheels, it flopped over too far and got caught up in the brake linings or in the brake shroud. So a friend of mine cut them back so they're now 290 and not 380. So we took about nearly 100 millimeters off it. So they fit the car, snugger fit. Hopefully they won't fall off, and we'll find out today if they do. But that's better than having them lined up in your brake linings and your brake system. We'll use the same. I haven't the anchors held with the Bush Winch, so we'll use the same anchors. I've devised a clever system for doing it. Straightened up a coat hanger, made a little hole in the end. Slip that through that hole. Slip that through. That's it. You've always got to use a double hitch so you can pull it out, otherwise it gets quite hard to work. Pull it real tight. With the boggart, it'll only give you 3 turns of the wheel, so it's for real short pulls, and then you have to undo it, start again. Okay, you on? Right, we're just using soft shackles because there's nothing to break and flash back into the car. And we can never have enough soft shackle. Let's try to lift up around be able to do it with one. So that
Yeah. It really proved.
well, that seemed to work quite well. We had the X mode 1 on and traction control off. So the Bush Winch, we had traction control on, X mode off from the back wheels, and it seemed to come out okay. The boggart, we had traction control off, and X mode 1 on. And yeah, it came out. So quite pleased with that. And then the last one we'll do, which is the slow one, will be just to show the power winch.
The last item we were going to test for the day was the power winch, also known generically as a turf-oar. It uses a lever to winch the cable around a drum. In this specific case, it has a snatch block, so the pulling power gets doubled because there's a pulley and it halves the cable. It has to be anchored to something. We anchored it to the Bush Winch anchor, which was drilled into the sand. You saw that right in the beginning. The other end is attached to the vehicle, so Gavin has got an anchor point on the front, which you'll see we hooked it onto. Then you need to pull in the slack and then start the slow process of winching. In this case, we never used the snatch block and we just used the straight pulling power of the winch. We used a soft shackle to attach the hook to, and then just started the process. As with normal winching, you need some sort of safety, so just stay out of the way of the winch and the cable unless you're the one winching, where you don't have a choice. It's very slow, but it works well as long as you've got an anchor point. So after a few hours in the dunes, this was the end of our demos. We tried the 3 gadgets. We never tried the Chinese max tracks. That will be for next time. But we hope you enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun making it, had some fun in the dunes, and then went on a long detour home via a road called Baker Road, which was quite fun. Had some coffee in Pocono and got home at about 4:30 after leaving home at 8 in the morning. But really good day. Hope you enjoyed it.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.